Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. And we've got 2 missions left. We can do Fire or Sunken Library. I like the Sunken Library. Voltil Biblio. We're going to retrieve more data. Well, that's better than going to a dairy factory. So the ruins of an ancient library have been found. It's completely soaked inside, but there may still be some data around. Well, all the books are ruined. We'd like you to search for data on Weil or Omega. These last 4 missions, before we get to the final section of the game, they've always felt kind of weird to me from a plot standpoint. First, please go to the data room. That room has the highest probability of containing data. Really? The data room has the highest probability of containing what we need. That's wonderful. Who would have guessed that? This is really creepy music. Oh, this is what we're doing. So yes, the water in this stage will shock us when it reaches a certain height. Gosh, I'm just taking all of the damage. And this is pretty neat music too. And now you can see why it's shocking us, because we have, those electric wires there, which is a really neat touch on the design. Instead of just arbitrarily shocking us, you can see why it's doing that. This has a very creepy... Ooh. This has a very creepy feel to it. I need to move. Oh, that was close. I think this is a mini-boss now. Or it's something. Oh, this is the data room. Please search for information on Weil at that console. After searching, the data's location will be displayed. Something will be destroyed too. Please go to that area and recover the data. Push up. 4 matches. Well, Weil, Omega, Dark Elf, and Elf Wars. Specify search data. Well, let's see. Area with Weil's data found. Okay, you guys remember that. This is going to be... This is going to be annoying. We're just going to have a bunch of colored doors. Sure, we'll show the data on the Elf Wars. Because I guess we want that data too. Even though we only came for data on Dr. Weil and Omega. Well, let's go gather the data. So the second half of the stage is where things will get a little bit weird. Oh, thank you for that health. I needed that. Wow, you guys are being very generous. Electricity is not going to shock us here. So that's good, but you can see there's a ton of doors, and there's also other stuff behind these doors. like, see, other goodies. So it's kind of worthwhile to check out all of these, and that can mean this stage turns into something a little bit long. And sometimes you find nothing. Hooray. I'm pretty sure there's other secret discs in some of these. And obviously, if you don't remember which four had all the data that you're looking for, well, you'll eventually just stumble upon it. One thing I do wish was designed a little bit quickly is if we didn't have this room here where you enter the door and then, oh look, you have to go through another room, wait for another door to open. It makes this part pretty tedious. Especially when you get a lot of places that don't really have anything. And there's like six doors per row? Come on, I said there would be other secret discs in these. Don't make a liar out of me, stage. Otherwise I might have to blow some stuff up. Yeah, we're probably going to do that anyways. Another empty room. Those are wonderful. Overall, since these are kind of small rooms, we got Omega's data. File number, the ultimate Reploid, created by Dr. Weil, possesses incredible power when combined with the Dark Elf, banished to outer space to avoid another elf war. If we can analyze this data, we might be able to find out something new about Omega. Well, that happened. Oh, that was really silly. I do believe you have to collect all four of the data things before you can be done, and some of those rooms will have spikes. So that's fun. Didn't even see the spikes up there until I jumped into them. Also, once you do find the fourth data disk that we need, you will fight the boss. You probably figured that out. Oh, that's the Dark Elf data. Officially known as the Mother Elf. Oh, so that was the other name of it. Creator unknown. This cyber elf was originally created for the purpose of restoring Maverick programs to their original state. Well, that sounds good. But the Mother Elf was altered by Dr. Weil so she could be used to manipulate Reploids by freely rewriting programs. Although the organized fighting of the Reploids manipulated by the altered Mother Elf did end the wars, this terrible power was sealed off to prevent misuse. So the Dark Elf, what's going on? If we can analyze this data, we might be able to find out something new about her. We just kind of did. That's kind of some pretty big plot to just throw in as a little part of a stage here. So what we learned basically, or at least the way I'm understanding it is how I should say it, who knows given the plot of this game, but the Mother Elf, or the Dark Elf, was able to rewrite programs of Reploids that had gone Maverick and basically make them revert back into normal Reploids and not Mavericks. and so it was basically a cure for the Mavericks. Now that makes sense on how the Maverick War ended. Suddenly, the Sigma virus, which was known for turning stuff into Mavericks, look at that fish trying to follow me, has an answer. It has a counter, and that's something I would have liked to have known, before being 2/3 of the way through the third game in the Zero series. Oh, more data. We got Wiles data. I didn't finish talking about the Dark Elf. From Neo Arcadia, creator of Omega, altered the Mother Elf, sparking the Elf Wars, banished from Neo Arcadia after the Elf Wars. If we can analyze this data, we might be able to find some new information, yes. Didn't really tell us anything that the other two didn't. So the Elf Wars began a century ago. At least according to this series, so like right after... Oh, nope, I want to go talk about the plot a bit more. So, just remember that door. We'll come back there. So Sigma had a counter. Now it kind of makes sense how Sigma officially disappeared. It was due to the Mother Elf being able to completely nullify the effects of the Sigma virus for all Reploids. But then Dr. Weil was also around over a century ago and altered the Mother Elf into the Dark Elf, and it sounds like that sort of happened like very shortly after the Maverick Wars ended. And probably very shortly after, or even before, Zero was put to sleep. At least in terms of playing through the X series, Zero went into his hibernation before any of this other stuff happened with the elves or the Dr. Weil or the Dark Elf. So yeah, that's interesting. You actually learn about some plot here, and you get some information where you can kind of piece together some of the plot holes that we've had so far in the Zero series. So I remember there was another reason I really liked this stage, and this was it. Of course, I say this, and then we're going to go grab the final data disk, and it's going to say some cryptic stuff to completely undo everything, and might even counter everything that I've been saying about the plot. But this is the last room, so now we can go back. Okay, there was nothing besides some energy crystals and health pickups in these other rooms, so... Stupid library. No. Not letting you do it. I believe it was in this one. And this guy is... maybe weak to fire? We got the Elf Wars data. End of the wars cyber elves used from this. Elf Wars. The Us. Dark Elf. And copies. Amplify the power. While. At will. The worst in. The war end. Approximately 90%. Wiped. Data is corrupt, no kidding. We got like almost no... if we didn't get anything useful out of that, I think we may be able to repair it at the base. Thank you, Zero. I believe the first time I played this game, I ended up picking up this data first, and then I thought all the data disks were going to be like that. Who dares intrude upon my territory? The Zero, haha. So it's you, haha. I like how these guys all have like a normal type of form, like they can be designed for some sort of like normal type of work, but then they have like their battle form that they have to transform into. It makes a lot more sense rather than just having... Okay, you're immune to fire, so that's not good. So if you're immune to fire, you're weak to electric? You're hardly affected by electric. Alright, let's try ice. Yeah, that's what it is. I should have guessed that you were electric based on, how you're attacking me. But this guy, not too difficult. Of course, this battle's going to change based on what room you end up with. But, as I was saying, I do like how these guys all transform into their battle form. It makes more sense than just creating these menacing, standout, super battle ready. My mission was 0%. I think because I didn't guess all of the rooms correctly the first time, that was probably it. Whatever. I got the Shadow Dash foot chip. We'll have to see what that does. And we got some Cyber Elves. And Energy Crystals. Because, why would you go around making all of these, super powerful, greater than just standard army soldiers guys, if you're not supposed to be at war? And I think CL will later be able to reveal what that data was all about. Let's take a quick look at the elves we got. Well, nothing relevant to my interests, so I'll see you guys in the next part.